Take a moment and think about the leg press. Think about the very end of the leg press exercise. When you're coming forward in that eccentric movement, you're anticipating making the turn, and then you begin to turn but realize you're not moving anymore. Most people, when they hit that point, they just relax their body because their mind is thinking, I need to achieve one more repetition, or I need to be able to move for me to be able to continue exercising. And if I can't move any further, I must be done with the exercise. The reality is, I want you to think a little bit more about a race, a marathon, if you will. After somebody's run 26.2 miles, they're crossing the finish line. They don't merely cross the finish line and stop, they run through that finish line. So the end of the race is actually much beyond the finish line. That ends up being the functional finish line, if that makes sense. So when you're in an exercise, leg press, pull down, compound row, whatever it ends up being, whether you're pushing or pulling, I want you to think about coming to that point where you're making a turn and you're realizing you're not moving that resistance. You're not pushing it, you're not pulling it, it's stuck. At that point, you've just crossed the finish line with the tape, but your finish line is further. Because in exercise, we can actually stimulate and inroad and fatigue the muscle even more deeply than the point at which we hit that momentary muscle failure. And so we're gonna hold on just a little longer through that to maximize everything that we can in the exercise. And so push just for those few more seconds longer. Your instructor, or myself, or whomever it is, will end up seeing that you're not moving that resistance. We get it, we see it right away. Keep pushing, we'll count you down, we'll help you finish and exit the exercise. The finish line is not merely when you can't push or pull. The finish line is a little bit beyond that. In your next workout, when you realize you're not moving that resistance because you're so fatigued and you have no more strength available that will allow you to push or pull on that, keep pushing just a few more seconds and inroad your muscles just a little bit more deeply.